Hi, everybody. This is Christian Morgan. Hi, everybody. This is Christian Morgan. I'm trying to see, can everybody hear me okay? Because hopefully I sound well. Um, what I'm getting at here is with the Democrat Party as it is in its current form, it literally has caused problems for everybody involved. Everybody says, well, if you just give the Democrats a chance. Well, I've given the Democrats a chance in my entire life. They told me, oh, equal rights under equal protections. But in all fairness, they don't, they only care about more profit for, for themselves. They don't care about everybody else in the process. All they care about is doing things for themselves. And what I'm driving at here is very simple. When are we as a country going to return back to a constitutional republic and not be an incorporated thing under England anymore? When? Because I'll tell you right now, this sucks as an American who literally has to come on here with a shaky TV tray and a table to record a small little skit of trying to figure out how to fix his life and how to reconcile not being a Democrat no more. Because if somebody could drop it in the comments or the chat, or if somebody ever sees this, could you please give me an idea of what it means to be a Republican? Because my idea of a Republican versus a Democrat is very simple. A Republican is someone who follows after Lincoln, after Reagan, after Truman, Eisenhower. All of them were pretty well Republicans. But some of the most Democratic ones of their time was John F. Kennedy, um, Lyndon Baines Johnson, a few others. And just to give a news run of the day, I'm going to go on one of the mainstream sites. Um, Give me 1 second. Holy, holy Toledo. I thought I would do an extended thing instead of my normal rants. And yes, by the way, I do ground news. Ground news is something of an oddity for me because even though I don't get a plug for them, but it's a cheap plug that they have in order to, with this world of polarization, ground news is your best bet. It can tell you about biases, etc., of both the Democrats and the Republicans. Because trust me, I bought a years long subscription, and they're good people. And this woman was doing something very, very synonymous in order to make it work for both Republicans and Democrats in easy to read, digestible things. What I'm trying to get at here is the Trump officials began peace talks with Russia in Saudi Arabia. I think that's a very good thing. But to take it from a standpoint of the Trump administration trying to do peace talks in Saudi Arabia, that whole thing should have never happened in Ukraine. And it should have never have happened in Israel. Both of those wars were preventable wars. But it is what it is on that. And we can't wind back the clock. There are federal, in local news, there are federal probationary officers that basically doesn't have tenure, so to speak, kind of like a professor of sorts. They don't have tenure in order to make a difference as far as when it comes to federal healthcare agency workers are being fired left and right by letter this weekend. And here's what was said. I'm just perusing the headlines here. Basically, probationary workers are being fired across multiple federal healthcare agencies. Department of Health and Human Services recently received virtually identical letters Saturday evening, informing them they are terminated from their positions. How unfair is that, huh? How unfair. When we need healthcare workers up to Wazoo in this country, now we're being told, oh yeah, we're just going to get rid of these particular workers. That's going to have downstream effects, not only on the healthcare industry, not only on doctors, and all the supporting industries that hospital does. So it's very sad that I realize they're trying to do this Doge thing, and that I get to a certain degree, but you need to do a slice with a scalpel, not with a sledgehammer and a machete. 18 people died or dead in a New Delhi railway station stampede in India. Oh, wow, that's sad. That's really, really sad. Kamala struggles with police protection costs. Basically, it's Oskaloosa. That's my local hometown, by the way. I don't share that much on anything. But anyway, it's a small village that struggles with police protection costs, which is sad. Well, these small towns are drying up and dying bit by bit by bit. And it's going to come down to, before long, counties are going to be picking up the slack where the city has pulled back those resources. Social Security Administration confirmed Social Security benefits are saying goodbye for certain ones, I think, starting on this date. Let's see, political landscape has become increasingly difficult to find reliable, unbiased sources of info. The information present is presence of partisan agendas and misleading narratives often makes it challenging to distinguish fact from fiction. However, there are still a few trusted independent voices left. Among those is the Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan entity that provides crucial economic data and analysis to both sides of Congress. The CBO's purpose is singular but significant to offer an objective, fact-based analysis of government finances. Basically, it's the government's ledger of what the liabilities are versus the money that's coming in, money that's going out. The CBO chief long-term analysis, Molly Daha, I'm probably butchering that name, appeared before the Senate Budget Committee. In her testimony, Daha presented a stark warning for the future of Social Security. According to her, unless lawmakers intervene, the Social Security Trust Fund is on track to be depleted by fiscal year 2033. That's roughly 7, 8, 9 years from now. To clarify, fiscal years in the federal government begin between October 1st of the previous calendar year to the forecast to points funding will run out by late 2032 and early 2023, just over 8 years from now. Daha's testimony didn't stop there. She further explained that the that even if the government were to temporarily redirect funds from the Federal Disability Insurance Trust Fund, it would only delay the inevitable depletion by about a year. Combining the two funds would push the exhaustion date to fiscal year 2034, giving lawmakers only an additional year to act. But regardless, the unavoidable reality remains no legislative action. If no legislative action is taken, Social Security benefits will have to be cut by around 25% beginning in 2034. If they do manage to combine the trust funds, the cuts, while slightly less severe, will still amount to around 23% in 2035. Wow. And I'm thinking, because I'm actually on that particular thing, and that would not mean good for guys like me when I get up there in that retirement age. Trump might have a case about on birthright citizenship. This is also from the New York Times. And it's done by executive order. And the rationale, and they put it behind a paywall. Why have they put it behind a paywall where it makes no sense to me? Always hop over to ground news. And I will log into my account. Give me 1 second, guys. And as far as let's see, birthright citizenship, I realize, I thank you guys for showing me grace on this. I'm looking at several executive orders to challenge birthright citizenship. Fourth judge blocks it. Third judge blocks it. Block. Issues a nationwide injunction blocking Trump's birthright citizenship order. I mean, good God. Democratic states sue over Trump's bid to end birthright citizenship. Why can't we have merit-based birthright citizenship, huh? Merit-based citizenship. Not just you come in, you have a kid, then that kid can do a chain migration of more kids. That is not racist in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion. What other country on the planet where you say if you make it here, you're automatically a citizen? What country? I know in this country, we actually do it all the time. We just hand out like a citizen, welcome, 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 welcome. I know for a fact that we would be better off if we closed our borders to birthright citizenship status and gave citizenship status out on merit and how to do things to contribute to the society, how to make society more efficient for the American people who are here legally. That's what I think about that. As far as Canadian banks must reveal diversity on board under new top management rules. I don't think that's a very inappropriate deal. Uh, that's just my opinion. And to go to the Russian economy, defense stocks drop after Trump says Pentagon spending could be halved. So basically, it is going to be halved because we are no longer going to be doing quote unquote defense spending. Russia's record interest rates remain. Russian stock market surges after Trump Putin phone call. Okay, that's interesting. What was in that phone call that was perfect? Like the Zelensky phone call, that was, and it should have been perfect. The CBR for Russia maintains a key rate of 21%, putting brakes on lending. Yeah, so let's go to Ron Paul. Ron Paul. Senate Republicans cast a wary eye on Trump's nominee for Labor Secretary. Despite Biden's pardon, Anthony Fauci still faces legal perils. Here they are. Joe Biden's pardon of Dr. Anthony Fauci may protect the former National Institutes of Health official from immediate criminal prosecution, but some critics say he is not completely out of jeopardy, and the public sentiment might still condemn the man who became known as the COVID-19 pandemic as Mr. Science in the days before the post. Despite Biden's pardon, Anthony Fauci still faces legal peril. They appear first, and I truly believe he should be held accountable. He shouldn't get a blanket pardon. If they keep giving these guys blanket pardons, how much is it the cost of these pardons? Now, even the Trump administration did pardon. I am very objective here. I am not a partisan hack, but I don't lean Democrat or Republican on this channel. I am my own guy. I have a brain. The thing that we are supposed to use when we're engaging with our governments. And the close with a small thing is, I hope you learned something, because we are being effed every day. And the only person that I've seen in my 40 years besides Ronald Reagan is Donald J. Trump, who says, what do you have to lose? When he came up with the monoclonals, it was him. I was told very bluntly when I had COVID, you have a 50-50 chance that you ain't walking out of here. I said, let's go, let's do it. And because I didn't know what that thing was going to do to me. But I will say this. If it wasn't for the doctors and a lot of love from the big man upstairs, I wouldn't be sitting here today. And the guys like Donald J. Trump that helped me along the way, I thank him for it. And I thank Joe Biden, even though I am no longer a Democrat. I will never go back to the Democrat Party. Period. Case in point. Thank you.